Hello, my name is Shuttling, welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Jerusalem. In previous episode we started our war against Venice, and we had some naval combats, we had some victories, we got some... we lost quite a few ships as well overall, but now we got their fleet trapped in here, and that's not going to leave anywhere from there anymore. I can tell you that much. I mean, they got a lot of heavy ships and some light ships and transports. We've got 30 galleys and 4 heavy ships and a lot of transports. So I think our fleet is going to be quite a bit more stronger than theirs is, right now at least. Ooh, there we go, that's another 2 conversions done. I think that is actually pretty much... No, there's still one more conversion going. But for the most part, we've done... Oh, right, there goes Naples. Oh, wow. So Abruzzi, Lucania, and Salento were given to the Venetians. We are still at least allied, so they didn't have to renounce their alliance. So we still utilize them as a ally in certain aspects. Although I'm kind of hoping that at some point I might be able to vassalize the Papal State one way or another, and then start feeding basically all of Italy to the Papal State, have them form the Kingdom of God. Although I don't know if they can form that as a vassal, to be fair. Oh, right, they're de-sieging some of the areas over here. I was wondering about that, to be fair. Oh, there's a big battle happening there. Oh, there we go. One fort done. Let's go to the next one. And this is now considered a great power. Okay, I mean, suppose they did get a decent bit of development from there. I don't think they're quite as high as we... No, they're number 7 right now. So we've got a lot more development than they do. And after this war, we'll have even more. There we go. That's all the conversions done, actually, now. And we've got a few more ships to combine in there. Smyrna is going to have another ship as well, actually. So let's just wait for that one before we combine the fleets. We siege down Kosovo, so that should give us a bit of gold income. Although, probably not too much. Where are you going? You're going down south, so you can, technically speaking, loop around to the coast as well. Oh dear, we lost the Admiral. Okay, before we have another naval combat in here, let's get a new Admiral then. 4442. That's actually fairly decent. Well, I'd be afraid of fighting that one with my fleets, or the Venetian fleets, right now, so that would be quite dangerous. We might want to start getting some more manufactories. I think, well, Constantinople, we need to get the techs up a little bit, but Aleppo is something that we could build up, and that might actually be quite profitable. So we'll save a bit of cash. Oh, well, speaking of cash, we're going to get 1,000 ducats, or 50 diplo points and 15% trade efficiency. I'm going to take the ducats, though, because that could actually allow us to start building some grape projects, or... Again, we could start building some manufactories. So if we have a look at the profitability, Aleppo seems like a good idea. We could maybe build one in Cephalonia, which is the islands down that way. That would be more wine. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I suppose another thing that we could do is marketplaces. Thessaloniki could be quite handy. Get one in there, so we'll have a bit more trade power in this region. Although I think that might actually be part of the Ragusa trade node, now that I think of it. Damascus could definitely have one. And then, well, the rest of those aren't quite as good. What about workshops? Is there any that are... Well, Corinth could be quite handy. So build that one there. The rest of those aren't necessarily that important. And Gaza, we could get a bit more manpower in there. There goes most of the money, but at the same time, it's investing into the future. Oh, we actually can't improve relations with outraged countries anymore. Oh well. At least we tried. Still got quite a bit of aggressive expansion towards the Ottomans, admittedly. No surprises there, of course. Right, well, I suppose one of the things that we could do... Venice, I'm going to start building a spy network in your land so we can get the sieges done slightly faster. Then secondly, Mamluks, we're going to start building a spy network in your country. And then we've got still pretty darn good relations with Papal State, so we don't actually need to send a diplomat down there. Although... Oh, there's a bit of battle in here. I think the Austrians did actually win the previous battle already. So they're going to be getting another victory in here. There we go, Durazzo has been seized down. Suppose we could go to Ruska. Don't suppose... No, we can't really get there without transports. Admittedly, transport wouldn't be too hard to get in there, but I guess we don't really want to abandon this area too much right now. So we'll just stay for... We'll stay in this area for now. I do wonder, though. Well, if we try to get the coastline... So the landings are going to be quite rough, and they've got fairly good generals in there. So we'll need to consider this a bit further, but let's have a look at the peace deal that we might be able to get. So first of all, I think Austrians would probably Oh, they haven't seized down anything yet, so I can't give them anything. Alright then. Well, Austria wouldn't accept the peace deal then, but I want these two. Okay, so they got a few things in here that they want. But since they haven't seized down those areas, that would be a potential coalition of Mamluks, Ottomans, and Tunis. Yeah, now that's not too bad. Corfu and Locrida are definitely provinces that I want to get, and Crete and Nassau and Necroponte. They wouldn't take the peace deal yet. And that would be Venetians possibly also in the coalition. And of course, yeah, Austria wouldn't really appreciate that. I guess we'll wait until most of the Venetian areas have been seized down before we do the peace deal then. We'll keep the armies in here so they can't really... Unless they start disbanding those troops, which I doubt they will. It's quite a large chunk of their troops they didn't have to disband. So that way we can seize down a lot of these areas without too much worries. But technically speaking, I could just go around to Zara. Give that to, I guess, to the not the Hungarians, the Austrians. The one up to Ragusa, possibly. At least these two are something that I could easily give them. And then maybe Istria. We'll see if they are happy with that one. So Serbia is not part of the war. No, they are allied to Bohemia. It's something that I might want to also start conquering a bit more later on. Oh, there we go. The Hungarians are coming. I'll just start seizing down a little bit in here. So they still got their fleets in there. I mean, technically speaking, we've still got the 20,000 men in here. But how's the unrest looking like? There's actually no unrest whatsoever. I mean, that's actually quite easy then. I think it might be time to move this army in here. If we get the 3 non-marine armies to fight them in here, or maybe even the marines to join in the fight, we might be able to beat down the Venetian armies in here. We might be able to even stack wipe them. Then if we siege down the islands and push out the fleet, we can sink most of the fleet, I reckon. We could perhaps go ahead and increase the fleet size a little bit, though. Get another 3 galleys, at least. Oh, I can't get to Ragusa right now. Austrians do not have claims in here. They do have claims in Ragusa as well. Zara, I'm going to give that to Austrians. And then let's have a look at the peace deal. If I give that to Austrians, they would not enjoy that. They have done a lot of contribution to the war, to be fair, so that makes sense that they kind of want more than that. But there we go, that's another port siege down. I suspect that you can now... Oh yeah, we can go around there now. So we can siege down Ragusa. Sicily is offering a peace deal. Sure. English speaking, I don't know if they... No, they didn't have a claim there, so probably didn't want to get that area anyway. Oh, the Austrians got beaten back there. I guess these could actually go ahead and help with the siege in Spalato. And, Harun Ayaz and the Bulgarian people. Now that we get a fairly good level 3 advisor, diplomatic reputation. All Macedonia gets development cost down, local tax moderate, so that's for 10 years at Middle East. That's not bad. We'll take those. And there we go. Now we can start sieging Ragusa down. We've got a bit of extra cannons in here. Oh, actually. Could I get my light ships down here? Where's the port? It is on the Adriatic Sea side of things. Well, actually, yeah, it would be. Yeah, anyway, it is on that area. So I guess if we're going to get some more troops in here towards Thessalonica, let's get used to Athens already. And then the 16,000 men can start heading down south as well. Council after our own tastes. Either we get devotion or we get theologian. Oxygen heritage following Catholic faith. You know, we'll take the advisor. I don't know if we'll be hiring it right now. We'll take the advisor regardless. So now we are blockade in here. That should at least speed up the siege a little bit. Walls breached. There we go. So these 16,000 men can also start heading over here. Athens can support quite a bit. They got pretty much all their armies in one stack here. That is going to be dangerous. That's a lot of artillery in there, actually. A lot more than what we have. Admittedly, our armies aren't exactly the ideal composition anyway, so there is that. Lost the siege of Pavia. Alright then. And Milano. As soon as the Hungarians join up with the... Oh, right, so Salzburg has yet to be sieged down, I reckon. Who are we fighting exactly? So this will Trent, Tuscany, Siena, Salzburg, and Venice. Right, and Trent is very low. Oh, they've been sieged down. Would you be willing to take a white piece? Then you would. There we go, so that's one less enemy to worry about. So there's now 4, Siena, Tuscany, Salzburg, and Venice. Salzburg is something that we might be able to siege down in the not-too-distant future. Right, looks like our armies are mostly in here. They got 60,000 men. They probably have a bit better. They got Middlesex 13. I've got 12, so they got better. Right, they got better stats there. We'll probably need to bring in this army as well. We'll just help this with the siege first, which is hopefully going to be done soon. And we've got the max bonus from artillery at least. And if they wanted to, they could. Well, if I had the control of the siege, I could do a free barrage in there. Oh, Venice has been sieged down. Oh, well done, Hungarians. And these are occupied by Austria already. Okay, so we could maybe... I know that they won't be taking this peace deal, but I'm just going to try to figure out what I can give to the Austrians for them to be happy. If I give them the Ragusa and probably Spalato as well... Okay, they wouldn't... We'll need to first give that control to them, and then we can figure out. But, like, if we give a decent chunk of land to Austrians, they'll at least be happy. There we go, Spalato's been sieged down. That is under... Oh, it's occupied by me. I'm just going to give control to Austrians now. Move these armies south. We might have a bit of too many troops in here, so let's move in the 16,000 men out of... Actually, it'll go to Corinth. That's probably slightly closer. Alternatively, what I could do... So I could get my troops into Nassau. Seize that one down. Now they realize that we are getting a lot of troops in there. We can win the battle against their fleet, I reckon. We can send this one down there to help again. So, let's have a look. They wouldn't take the peace deal, I know that much. But Austrians would appreciate that. Could I take anything more from the Venetians? Maybe not directly. I might be able to return cores, though, to the Papal States, for example. Like Ancona. And then if we take as much money as possible. So, it's going to be a decent bit of money. They're not going to take the peace deal yet. But we can get started at least. And there we go, the Austrians are moving into Mantua as well. This is going to be an easy victory. There we go. And the Venetians are going to be kind of blockaded in there. We've got 80 ships over here now that their fleet is heading out. This is going to be an easy victory. Got such a massive morale advantage there. We captured 7 ships from them. I don't know if we lost any. No, we didn't lose any ships. Alright then, and they lost quite a few. Now they got 38 ships there instead of the... whatever they had before. Right, it might be time to start moving into... Oh, can we not move the... Oh, there we go. That was a misclick. I hope that the Hungarians are actually going to join into this combat, because right now it's not looking good. Oh, there we go. Now we've got 50,000 men. So we are almost even on strength. And as long as the Hungarians join in, we should be able to win this. And then it's going to be a stack wipe of 60,000 men of their troops. So that is going to be quite painful for them to rebuild, I might say. There we go. We lost a lot of troops, but at the same time they lost an entire army. So I think we're fine in that regard. Let's go ahead and take most of these armies out of here. Not to take attrition, at least not too much. There we go. That is a nice victory in there. They are trying to de-siege a lot of these areas though. So we may need to start sending our troops north. We'll just, let them reinforce a few moments before we send them out. But that way, Venetians are now very low enthusiasm. Not low enough to, take the peace offer yet. Plus, Austrians would not enjoy this one because they want more provinces from this. But at the same time, there's a lot of sieging going on in here. So I guess it might be time to head further north to start clearing out these. But at least we destroyed the main army of the enemy. So that already makes a massive difference in here. And we can sink down a lot more of their ships now. Oh, let's de-siege that one. There we go. Let's have a look at this battle then. They had repaired some of the fleet, but not nearly enough. There we go. That's another 8 ships. Are we over our ship limit yet? Not yet, actually. I'm rather surprised by that. Let's go ahead and send these to... I suppose we could send those to Constantinople. We've got the 15 trade ships here. So what do we have in the trade fleet? So that's a JNC. That's doing precision trade note in Constantinople. That's Aleppo. So technically speaking, these could be sent down to protect trade in Crimea. Then we've got the transport fleet in here, which isn't too badly hurt. We can send these further west, I suppose. Tuscan fleet is going to be having a bit of surprise in here. There we go. Oh, wow. We sank the entire fleet. Captured 4 of their ships as well. Now we are a little bit over our force limit. Not the end of the world. Okay, there's a bit of unrest or separatists in here as well. We need to clear out some of these. Should be fairly easy. There we go. That's them stacked right. I suppose this army could... I'm going to move it to Thessalonica. We might be able to increase the army size a little bit. Okay, and maybe the extra 2 artillery or something once it's there. While these 2 can start heading further north. Oh, there's a battle in Vienna. Okay, there we go. That was a fairly important victory for the Austrians. And there's a lot of area siege down in Venice already. Oh, did they get independent army? This seems like it might be mercenaries. Which doesn't really surprise me. I mean, I suppose we can quickly have a look at that. Venice has a lot, yeah, they've got a lot of mercenaries. They've got a bit higher force limit than I do. Austrians also have a bit higher force limit than I do. But after this war, that might be changing. Get a bit more mercantilism in the meanwhile. So we should have, what, 19% now? Yeah, 19%. That's going to start increasing our trade power even further. Let's go to Zara. I think we can actually clear out that army. Okay, yeah, we are going to catch that, actually. And they're so low on morale that there should be... Oh, yeah, they're giving up already. We didn't quite destroy it fully. We pushed it back, at least. I suspect that with my armies helping in Italy now, that should be making quite a difference in the combat. Not the DCs in Mantua. Well, that's not a problem, really. And there we go, the Austrians are pouring in now. There hasn't been a siege of Salzburg yet. Zara, first of all, let's hand that over back to the Austrians. So we could take Taz with his... Well, actually, he doesn't have any siege pips. He does have 6 artillery, though. Could we get another... Well, I suppose we could hire another general, but at the same time, we might want to save the points to getting the mill tech just to catch up in tech. Because right now, we are still behind. It's starting to be a bit of a chaos with this many units in here. I mean, if you only got the total number... Oh, wow, they actually got more troops than we do. By quite far. But it's mostly mercenaries, I suppose, so I'm not too worried about it. Plus, I'm guessing they're taking quite a bit of attrition by now. I mean, our side has taken more attrition, 35,000. But their side has also taken about 17,000 by now. They lost 120,000 troops total, which is a decent bit more than we have. Admittedly, it doesn't include the Neapolitan troops that were lost, so that might be part of the reason. I'm going to move the transports down. You know what, actually? I'm going to move the transports over here. We're going to move in the Marines down to Durazzo. And then we'll transport them over to Salento, and we'll siege down these 2. There we go, that's a bit of a de-siege done. Go to Istria. How's my war participation right now? It's 42%. Well, it could be a lot worse. Right, so I can try giving these... Well, at least that one. The Venetians again. Because we need to have a little bit less money, and then we can hand over Istria as well. And I think that might keep the Austrians happy. There we go, they got Friuli as well. They do have quite a bit of armies in here, so I don't actually want to push too far in. There's a lot of de-sieging happening right now, but the Venetians are definitely low enthusiasm. I suppose, can we get Tuscany out of the war? Not yet. There's a bit of armies on the west over here causing some mayhem. Right, well, let's go ahead and go to Salento. We need to keep an eye on this, because if they start sending troops south, we are going to be in trouble. We've got Istria siege down. Let's hand that over to the Austrians. And now, if we were to give that to Austria, we could actually get a bit more money, perhaps. But Austrians would be satisfied with that peace deal, I suppose. They're not necessarily extremely happy with it, but it's good enough. And then we can get the money, so that would be a decent bit of land for me, which I was going to be after anyway. Is that a coalition? Well, it could be a bit of a coalition somewhere down the line. The Venetians aren't weak, to be fair. At least not yet. Although I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Let's get our troops in position here so we can maybe help clear out some of these sieges. Like Ferrara. So our side is on the defense there right now. And they're running away. In which case, well, we've already got some of the troops in there, but yeah, they lost a lot of infantry in that battle. I could technically go to Bologna, but I don't know... Oh, actually, Salzburg. You're being sieged down? I suppose we'll wait until you have been sieged. I could maybe take the... Actually, how are we doing on the printing press? Is it spreading to us yet? No, it is not spreading to us yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the admin taken now. It's going to slow down some of the coring process, I suppose. Getting that production efficiency plus 20% is not bad. And we can siege down a lot of this area. Still got the 45,000 men over there. I suspect that if, well, as soon as we're done with this siege, we can start going for the fort there. And I think with our combined troops, especially if the Austrians help with this. Like these two, head over to Mantua. Austrians are joining in. There we go. The Austrians are actually the ones leading the battle. Well, they were the ones leading the battle. We got the morale advantage. They got a bit higher discipline than we do and better tactics. But there we go. Oh! Yeah, they're separated in Kosovo again. Right, Salzburg, is that... Austria does not have a claim in there, so I don't think they'll be wanting that piece of land right now. Let's get these troops spread out a little bit. I don't think I can get there. Right, so... Salzburg would want out of the war, but no one else would... Well, and Venetians would love to get out of the war, but I'm not letting them out of the hook yet. Oh, right, that reminds me. I realise what they're doing with their armies heading south. Let's go ahead and drop these out here again. At least it was a bit of a distraction, bring us a bit of breathing room, and at this point... Let's see, if we don't ask for the money... No, they still wouldn't take the peace deal. I mean, it's a lot of territory switching hands, and I suspect that they... Okay, they want a little bit more. I suppose if I... No, they wouldn't. If I give them freely, then that's... I mean, they would be happy with that, I suppose. Yeah, they're not quite happy with the peace deal there. The Austrians, but it's not too bad. It's got to be like -1 trust. That is something that we can afford losing, but they've got... Oh, right, that's a large Venetian army. It's mostly mercenaries, admittedly. Yeah, Salento's being sieged down. I suppose this army would probably beat down the rebellion over here, I reckon. No, that's actually going to Zeta, which is a fort there, actually, and it's a mountain fort. So we'll siege down this one, then we can clear out that one, I suppose. That shouldn't be a problem. These are still waiting for the... Well, I suppose there's some big fleets nearby or something. Well, over there, I guess. Or there might be a fleet still in the Black Sea. That's also a possibility. Oh, there we go. The Hungarians are clearing out the rebellion army there as well for us. Good. So how are the losses looking like right now? We lost 120,000 more or less. They lost 170,000. Plus a lot of ships. We've lost some ships as well, but we also captured probably more ships than what we started with. So, yeah, we're not too bad of a situation right now. There's a bit of Hungarian armies in here that could possibly help with some of the sieges. I don't know where exactly we want to go with these, though. I suppose Bergamo could be an option. Move these back to Padua. This way we can at least siege down a little bit more of the terrain. And I suspect that Venetian... I mean, we've got the ticking war score on our side, first of all. Salzburg is being sieged down. We might actually go ahead and help with that siege if need be. I mean, where's the Third Army anyway? Ah, here it is. Right, I wanted to get some more cannons for this, didn't I? And we'll maybe get one more... You know what? At this stage, because we're about to get the better artillery, we're going to go 10 to 8 for this army. So we've got a bit of different armies for different purposes. Poor uniform. Okay, well, that's not good. Minus 5% morale. We've still got the 2 manufactories being built as well, so that's good. Looks like the Hungarians were helping us in here quite politely. There we go. Siege down Bergamo. They got a lot of troops heading down to Ferrara again. But they might also have troops heading to Milano. I suspect what we're going to do over here is... Okay, there's a lot more troops coming from the south. I've got about 60,000 men. We can probably deal a decent bit of damage in the initial fighting in here. Oh, we siege down Milano now. Okay, good. And there's going to be another battle in Mantua by the looks of it. There we go. That's a massive victory against the Venetian mercenaries in here, in Ferrara. And I suppose what I can do is I can go and help in Mantua as well. All these battles will surely inflict a lot of casualties on the enemy. I suspect that some of them are probably more prone to take a peace deal. Ah, right, we need to reduce the money asked for at least a little bit. They are still not willing to take the peace deal, but the war score is already 75 in our favour. So that's no doubt reducing their will to fight a decent bit. There we go, that's another siege down. I suspect that if we go to Mantua, the Austrians will probably join us. We will have the defensive... Well, it's not really much of a bonus for defense there, actually. But we are defending, at least. There we go. Now 77 war score. Are they... No, still not willing. What about Tuscany? You don't want a white piece yet. I suppose you're going to have to take a bit of a costly piece then, I suppose. So we had, what, 50,000 men or something in here? There is a lot of enemies about. Naval technical developments. Okay, minus 10% Diplotech cost for 10 years. That's actually not too bad. Right, if we move in here, can we beat down the enemy army? Well, the Austrians are joining in. They are probably sending a bit more reinforcements as well. It's going to be a one big battle. I'm hoping that we can win this. It's gamble. I mean, they've got more troops there right now, so we're probably going to lose this. They've got much more troops heading in as well. Ooh. Careful trade policies. We can favor the merchants. Get 10% trade efficiency for 10 years. Virtually gains more influence and loyalty. You know what? Yeah, we'll take that one. Okay, this battle was a lot. They've got 110,000 men in this battle. I mean, one thing's for sure, they'll take a lot of attrition. I'm just going to go ahead and start retreating a little bit. Oh, apparently we're retreating to Venice. Alright, well, they can't get in there for a while. They are starting to de-siege a lot of areas, though. And we never siege down Salzburg. Okay, so if we don't take the money... Actually, we can take a bit of money. Austrians would not really enjoy this peace deal. Let's see, if we don't take any money, can we take Friuli? No, not really. What about if we don't take Friuli, can we drop something else that they would... Okay, we can drop Spalato. They would take the peace deal. We can also take a bit of money as well for that. I think that's good enough. So the Austrians now have a bit more coastline. There was a lot of losses on both sides on this war, that's for sure. Right, so we'll just need to move these all the way to... Well, I suppose first we need to wait. Let's start getting some coring going. At least Corfu, and I suppose what we could do is we could start converting a lot of the... Especially the Orthodox provinces. Should be quite easy to convert. Oh, Venice joined the Protestant League. Okay, then. We do still have a few extra transports over here that we captured. And then these transports can also move in here. We got quite a few light ships here. We did send in some to already trade in the Black Sea. These can probably help in Constantinople. Hopefully going to increase the profit a little bit. And these should be... So yeah, those are going to Crimea. These are already doing the trade in here. So we've got 22 ships there. Venice has announced me as a rival. Well, that's not a surprise. I don't have room for another rival myself. There we go. Giving the land to Papal Stables also kind of nice. Making our allies stronger in here. Right, so these two needed to start moving back to our own territories. And then we got the big fleet in here. I suppose what we can do is we can transfer the transport over there. And the battle fleet, we could actually start upgrading the ships now. There's only 2 ships that needed upgrading. Oh, wow. I expected there would be quite a bit more than that, I'll be honest. Oh, Venetians are the courier controller. Luckily, we've got good relations with the Pope, so they can't really try to excommunicate me or anything like that. But there we go. Now we got a land connection all the way from Greece to Jerusalem. And we got all these islands in here. And we can probably start coring a bit more lands as well. Go ahead and get the extra artillery in here now. So we got a force of 73. That's not too shabby. Ooh. Institution spread. Oh, there we go. Institution is spreading a bit faster. Speaking of which, is it? It's not present in any of our territory yet, but it is slowly starting to spread to Tunis. What is it that is? Oh, Cardinal spread institution. Oh boy. Okay, so it's going to be present soon. So we'll just save the money to embrace the institution. It's probably going to be fairly expensive. Then that way we can finally get the printing press. And now the Austrians have a bit more coastline. Venetians are split into quite a few more areas, but they had a lot of money and a lot of mercenaries, so that was kind of what was costing us the battle. It was a gamble, admittedly. So how long do we have the truce with Mamluks? Until 1568. So we'll probably wait until we get a bit more manpower back, we get the chorus done and all that, and maybe put down a few of the rebellions. Then we can do another fight against the Ottomans. And in that, we'll at least take these 2 provinces. And maybe Aden as well. So that would be at least 3 provinces from the... Do we have a claim in Aden? No, we don't. We might still take it. But first we'll need to do a bit of coring anyway. So we'll wait on that one. We got our new troops in here. So you can probably go to Karasi and you can go down to Aleppo, I suppose. Come on, this one should probably return back to home. Oh, Venice is embraced it. Okay, printing press, that's good on them, I suppose. We're paying quite a bit on the reinforcement right now, but we did lose quite a bit of troops in that battle there, so that's to be expected. Go ahead and do a bit of rebel suppression in here, and now we can also do rebel suppression, English speaking on either side of the straits here, at least. We're going to get the Miltech, although how soon are we getting the institution? We've got a few cardinals, and since it is spreading rather quickly, we already got 139% extra boost for the spread, so that's pretty decent. Actually, how quickly... First of all, do we have a... No, I don't think we have a cardinal in Jerusalem, do we? No, we do not. We got one in Rhodes, and it's already spreading fairly nicely over there as well. And once we start getting some of these present in here, that's going to be going a lot faster elsewhere as well. Oh, right, Constantinople is another one that is getting that. Now, that's another thing that we definitely want to get Constantinople to a level 3 trade port. Or Central trade, but that's going to take a while before we get that, I reckon. But I do actually see that we are out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, get the links down below in the description. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.